Hello. I'm going to give it a minute just to let this start and let anybody who wants to join in. I'm only coming on for a moment to say hello and give you an update. I hope everybody's doing good. Um, I'm just having some ups and downs, and I wanted to talk about how I deal with them. I've been really frustrated today about it, but in general, I know people in with benzo withdrawal syndrome and how exhausting it gets to be going from one extreme to another over and over and over and over, and how that can really take a toll on you mentally. Um, so I'm here to try to give you some positive and tell you, it's definitely relatable. Um, being in this world of a withdrawal type syndrome that lasts for years and years. I don't think anybody can really grasp what it's like, and it's understandable. It's okay. I don't expect people to understand because nobody really, such an extremely minimal amount of people who have to deal with this and go through with it. All I tell some people is imagine a really extreme withdrawal from psychotropic drugs, but imagine that lasting for years and years and years. And then sometimes it gets a little better, and then it gets worse and better, worse and better, and you're pretty much stuck eating just a couple things. And, well, as we know, it does get better in time. It takes a very long time to heal for some of us. Some of you takes short time. Every body and everybody is different. But that doesn't mean it's not completely frustrating, because it very, very much is. Today was one of those days for me where I really broke down. Depression was pretty high. I couldn't fake it, It's really sad, because it's like my lows have been really low. After I had COVID and the flu, pretty much back to the back, my nervous system is just shot. And I forget how sick I am. And I forget that it takes me a long, long time to get back. I mean, even people who don't have benzo withdrawal stuff, syndrome stuff, is still has a hard time. So having a damaged nervous system and a damaged, sensitized nervous system and all that stuff, it's gonna take a long time to kick back. But that's the problem, is I'll have days where I'll feel like I'm really kicking back and getting back in my groove, and then all of a sudden it crashes again. Any kind of stress, any kind of work, you know, uh, and that's absolutely frustrating. It's sad, it's scary, it's frustrating, and my waves are much worse now, and I have to hope in time they get back a little normal, because I have to start tapering Remeron again, and that's just something I have to do to better my future. So it's like I have to suffer now so my future's better. But that doesn't mean I'm not terrified to do it. I pretty much am. I'm scared. But we'll get there. Um, My cough is better, so that's excellent. Um, had a few things happen here recently with the weather and stuff like that. And hello, Jeff. Nice to see you. But some added stress from mostly every time. It always has to do with driving. Like I almost got hit by the fire truck recently. I got my car stuck out in the ice, just stuff like that, and it fucking tears me apart. But it's, that's what's frustrating because you try to build, get better, and stuff like that, and it just kicks your ass. So it's just one day at a time with this. I always advise if you don't have to go on another medication, don't. Because it just compounds and makes your nervous system that's already very fragile way more fragile throughout the time you're taking it. And the fact is, if you're just put on some drug all willy-nilly, yeah, I said it, willy-nilly, if they're just putting you on stuff trying to help other symptoms, odds are you were never supposed to be put on that drug in the first place. I mean, these are psychotropic drugs. These drugs are no joke. And yet they just put you on them like it's nothing. And by the time you realize it's messing with your head, you're completely dependent on the drug. And your nervous system is so shot and so sensitized that tapering it is almost impossible. So definitely just watch out. I'll tell you right now, I'm going on 6.5 years or something like that. And honestly, if I was never put on Remeron and all those other drugs, I probably would have been better 4 or 5 years ago. So that's really disappointing. Even if it was 3 years ago, I just do, it's about acceptance. You have to try to accept what's going on, and that's why I've always tried to accept things, and I do pretty good some days. And I'm building my life again. I'm in a great new relationship. Couldn't be happier. But it's like something I'm doing for myself and my emotional health, and that's really good for me. Everybody's different. You do what you have to do for you. But I also do things that set me back a little bit. But I want to live. It's been 6.5 years. I need to live to a point. I cannot just rot in an apartment. I need memories. I need things to do. I mean, there's a point to how much I can do, which is not much, but at least I'm doing, you know. I always say if you can, try, And I know the mental stuff, and that's pretty much what stops me from a lot of things. But and the fact that I get a lot of kickback symptoms from doing stuff because I know I'm going to fall into pretty big waves. But lately, it's just been ridiculous. Up and down, up and down, up and down. It's because I was sick. I know it is. I get very disoriented, and that came from COVID. And it's still there. Not every day, but when I go into a wave or really tired, I get really disoriented still. And I don't think that'll ever go away, to be honest. I think COVID pretty much fucked shit up. Let's see, we've got here. Hello, welcome home. Oh, nice. I appreciate that. I hope things get better too. I mean, it always does, but it's one of those things I'm going to always be sick. Like, okay, I didn't mean it like that. It's like, I got COVID and then I got the flu. So I feel like these human type, these regular sicknesses, totally sensitize you. And I want to keep getting these things. I can't just sit at home 24/7. I'd have to go out for work and stuff, and that's pretty much where I probably pick it all up. So you just got to do what you got to do. But, it's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to have really bad days and just let go. And that's what I'm learning now, because in my past, I, I made a point to just pretend all the time. And that was frustrating and exhausting. I can do it, but it's an extra effort. And sometimes that's really exhausting in itself. So sometimes you just have to let go. And you know what? It's okay. It took me a long time. It took me the right people in my life to say, you don't have to fake it. Even though I'm a firm believer in faking it, because, wallowing in your sorrow of being sick all the time, and, if you can fake it to a point, go for it. Just, go along with your day and just fake it. That's cool, but you don't have to fake it all the time. It's too tiring. Be sick. If you have to be sick. It's not easy. We deal with something that's so fucking rare that nobody will understand what it's about. And that's okay that they don't understand. I mean, I don't want them to understand. But if you have somebody that listens to you in your life of what's going on, hold on to them, because it's rare. I've worked really hard to get where I'm at, and some of these days scare me still. Actually, a good portion lately. Just do what you can. Excuse me. I just wanted to say, I've made it this far being as bad off as I am. And a lot of people still don't think I'm as bad off as I am because I fake it very well. But I'm telling you, like, my physical symptoms are probably worse than they've ever been. And I believe that's because of COVID and the flu. And then me trying to live my life, being really sensitized. So I just do what I can. I'm getting slower. Mental symptoms have been brutal. Not as bad as they were many years ago, but they're still really intense. So eventually in the next few months, I'm going to taper Remeron. And, even though it's a little bit, once I start feeling better from that cut, I'll feel a percentage better. And I need that. I need that. I need to start going forward. I haven't tapered in almost probably 2 years. Who knows how long it's been? Maybe less, but year and a half. I don't know. It's been a while. So anyway, just wanted to give you an update and just give you a little, it's okay to be frustrated. I really had to tell myself that today. And I heard, some kind words from people I care about. So it's, have a bad day, but but get off the couch if you can. Get out of bed if you can. I know some can't, and I understand. I was there one time. At the beginning of all this, I was pretty much bedbound for a long time. I screamed in pain. I screamed with akathisia. I couldn't even look outside. I was agoraphobic. Everything was so intense. And now I have my own apartment. Things are definitely worse right now. And it scares me. But, you're able to do things. And like I said, if you can't, you can't. That's one thing. But if you can, definitely don't take it for granted and definitely try. And there's always that weighing if, between how much something's going to set you back versus what you do. Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes it's not. It's always a learning curve in this. Even years later, it's a learning curve. But anyway, I'm off. I just wanted to check in, and I'm trying to be on weekly just to say hi and stuff like that. But definitely take care of yourselves and get some rest and have a great day and just try to be positive. Just try to be positive. Fake it till you make it kind of thing, but you don't have to fake it all the time. Don't exhaust yourself faking it. Some days maybe just let go and just do some muscle relaxation stuff and meditation if you can. Even if you can't really meditate, try, you know. It always helps a little bit, even to close your eyes for a while. Nothing's foolproof in this because trust me, if I found the answer, I would be telling you. Anyway, take care.